दोस्तों, कहते हैं कि मंजिल उन्हीं को मिलती है जिनके सपनों में जान होती है। सिर्फ पंखों से नहीं, हौसलों में उड़ान होती है। तो आज मुझे सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ है एक ऐसी ही शख्सियत से रूबरू होने का जिन्हें सही मायने में हम विद्वान कहेंगे, क्योंकि उनके पास सागर है ज्ञान का, विज्ञान का व अध्यात्म का। So I am in conversation with Dr. Lalit Kukreja, who is Emeritus Professor and contributing in the progress of Suresh Gyan Vihar University through his enriched experience. Welcome, sir. Welcome to Web Talks.
Thank you very much.
So let's move forward to our very first question, which is that, sir, as per the topic suggests management of good mind. So what do you mean by good mind actually?
Yeah, this is a very good starting question. And let us try to build up this as a problem which we want to discuss today. See, mind is something which makes us do things. It has the cognizance, it has consciousness to control what I am speaking, what I am doing, how I am behaving. So mind plays a crucial role in our life. And as you know, our mind is subjected to two kinds of worlds all the time. One is the external world. See, when I'm talking to you, when I'm talking to our viewers, I'm dealing with a world outside me.
Yes, sir.
But there is also a world within me.
Yes.
My own emotions, my own aspirations, my own plannings, my own goals. And mind has to deal with all these challenges, all these activities which the mind is creating within me. So mind is always subjected to two worlds. One is outside me, another is inside me. Now this mind, since it is subjected to so many activities, it has to be good. And what do we mean by a good mind?
Yeah.
See, there is a Sanskrit shloka, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, which means that everyone, because of my mind, when he or she is happy, when I am happy, such a mind is a good mind.
Yes.
But if I create problems for others, if I create suffering for others, if I create suffering for myself, it's not a good mind. We might have everything physical, everything materialistic in our life. But if the mind is not happy, if the mind is not satisfied, if my mind is not supporting me, if my mind is not, giving me shabash, etc., I may get frustrated. Now, question is frustration a natural manifestation, or is frustration a creation of my own mind? So I would say it's a creation of my mind. And when the mind is not good, it creates negative thoughts. And when the mind is good, it creates positive thoughts. So to give you some more details, when would we say that a mind is good? It should have, according to my understanding, what I studied, what I thought, that it should have three good positive components. And what are these three good positive components? One is compassion. If my mind is compassionate, it is full of feelings of love for others, compassion for others, altruism, because I am not alone in this humanity. I am just one out of 7 billion brothers and sisters living on this planet. So I cannot isolate myself from the humanity. For my requirements, be it physical, be it mental, I depend on others. So we are like a knitted, networked system in which my interaction with others and others' interaction with me is very important. And if I am a good mind, my mind should have altruism, compassion, and love for others. So this is one component. Other component of a good mind is that my mind should be peaceful. It is not that I cannot make it peaceful and only external circumstances or inner circumstances should control my mind. I should not be like a dry leaf lying on a road, that if there is a blow of air and the leaf goes wherever the air goes. I'm a human being, highly intelligent creature gifted by nature. So I should use my intelligence to control my own mind so that I am peaceful. So this is second good component of a good mind. And third very important component is renunciation. See, a good mind is not attached to or excessively attached to physical things, materialistic things, people, because one day anyway I have to leave it. Yes. This is how the nature is. You know, end of every living being is part of life. Life is not possible without death. This is how the nature has made us. Yes. Old age, diseases, and finally the death, it has to take over in a natural way. So nature gives me some limited time to be here on this planet, to be like a human being, enjoy the bounties of nature, enjoy the gifts of nature, and go away. Now in this process, if I get attached to things, I will become greedy. I will become, suspicious. I will have mistrust. So a lot of negative qualities emerge from a mind which is not a good mind. And therefore, good mind must have these three basic qualities. Okay, I may repeat it. It is, first is altruism or compassion and love. Second is peace. And third is renunciation. And my feeling is that all other good positive qualities can actually be derived from these three qualities. If I have these three basic qualities, it's like, colors. In physics, that basic colors in nature are only three. Yeah. Okay, what are those? This is red, yellow, and blue. And all other colors, millions of colors you can create by a combination, mixing these colors. Same way, you can create many good qualities by mixing these three qualities. Yes. Okay, if my mind is full of love and affection, full of altruism and compassion, if my mind is peaceful, and if my mind is renunciated, then all my other qualities like being hopeful, being happy, being positive, having aspirations in life, and if I fail in life, I don't get frustrated because my mind is anyway full of altruism. My mind is a kind mind. Frustration comes in a mind which does not have altruism or which does not have, compassion for others, which is not peaceful and which is not renunciated. So this is how I would define a good mind.
So now we move on to our next question, which is that mind or thoughts are God-given. I mean, it is given by our Creator. Okay.
Nature.
So,
yes.
and how can, why it is not conditioned by our Creator? How can we manage it after coming here? And it should be God-given. I think so. I don't know. I mean, I'm confused, so I'm looking for an explanation on this.
Yeah, very beautiful question. See, in other words, you can put this question that, the very God who created us has also created the mind. Yes. So mind should be naturally divine.
Naturally divine.
Okay. Why it should not have, all the positive qualities which we discussed on its own?
By default. Yeah, by default.
By default, yes. It's a very good term. Yeah. So all these qualities should be anyway there by default.
Yes.
But you know, there is something wonderful about nature. Nature has also given us freedom, because it's decision of nature. Nature wants human to be, different. They should not be all like, a machine made mobile phone, or they should not be like robots who have been completely programmed by nature. Many things have been programmed. Okay, nature has given us basic instincts in the mind. Okay,
Yes.
for example, the basic instinct of survival, it is built in. Okay, it is imbibed, it is innate to my mind. Okay, then basic need of survival means I should fulfill my needs of hunger,
Yes.
I should fulfill my needs of protection, and I should contribute to the nature's plan of reproduction. These are the three basic things which are imbibed in our mind by the nature. Okay, but beyond that, for example, human being is a highly developed mind. Beyond these basic instincts, or beyond these, basic uh, education which is innate to our mind, nature has given us freedom. For example, to explore the beauty of nature. Now, nature is so vast. Someone wants to explore the beauty of mountains. Someone wants to explore the beauty of oceans. Someone wants to explore the beauty of God, or someone wants to explore the beauty of jungles. So there has to be variety. This is how the nature planned us as human beings.
Yes.
And for this variety, nature gave us a lot of freedom also. For example, what kind of clothes I want, what kind of food I eat. Okay, nowadays there is pandemic, COVID-19. How do I react to this pandemic? This nature has given us freedom. Okay, it is my option to decide whether I go outside without a mask or with mask. So my education, okay, my freedom of the mind makes me a person which is different from you, for example.
Yes.
Okay, we individual, there is a saying that nature created individual in the form of God. Okay, so each individual is so important. Each individual is the form of that divine, that there should be a freedom given to that. And therefore, mind is like a piece of land. I think let us try to understand it through an example. Okay, God gave us or nature gave us a piece of land. Now, through my mind, it is my freedom to decide whether to grow on that something on that piece of land, or just leave it. It's my freedom given by nature.
Yes.
Now, if I grow nothing on that piece of land, weeds will grow. This is nature again. Okay,
Yes.
if I do not grow anything on that piece of land, weeds will grow.
Yes.
Same is the mind. If I don't cultivate my mind, if I don't educate my mind, mind will be full of weeds.
Yes.
There is a saying that empty mind is devil's workshop. Okay,
Yes.
all kind of destructive ideas will come, all sorts of useless things will come to my mind if I don't train it, if I don't control it. Exactly like a piece of land. If I don't cultivate good things on that piece of land, weeds will grow.
Yes.
On the same piece of land, I can grow fruits. I can give those fruits to others. I can grow apples. I can grow, for example, banana. I can grow many other fruits. Give it to others. People will enjoy it. I will enjoy it. On the same piece of land, I can also grow poisonous plants and give others poisons.
Yes.
I can, on the same piece of land, I can grow drugs, dirty things,
Yes.
which destroy human being.
Yes.
So nature has given us freedom, being such a developed mind,
Yes.
that we are actually, almost the best creation of nature perhaps. Okay, so that we should be part of the nature and participate in the activities of nature and enhance it through our intelligence. So with this free mind, I can create beautiful ideas and give my students nice education. I can also create very bad ideas and become a terrorist. I can be a neutral and become a stupid person. So this freedom is in my hand. And we must understand that we have to use this freedom given by the nature. And therefore, it is important that mind has to be managed. If you don't manage a piece of land, weeds will grow. If you don't manage your mind, dust will settle on that, dirty things will grow on that, and my life will be a useless, futile life.
That's true.
Okay? So therefore, despite that God has made us divine, it gave us lot of options, lot of freedom to enjoy the variety of nature and to control a major part of my mind in a way in which I want. This is a beautiful freedom. We are, born by the nature, controlled by the nature, but still we are not the prisoners of nature as far as our mind is concerned.
True.
This is what I would think.
Great.
I hope it is clear.
Yeah. Actually, like I read Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So in chapter 6, Arjuna also asked Sri Krishna that the mind is very restless, turbulent, strong, and obstinate.
Yeah.
Oh Krishna, it
Yes.
appears to me that it is more difficult than controlling of wind. So Arjun खुद कह
Yes.
रहे हैं कि माइंड जो है बहुत ज्यादा ऑब्स्टिनेट है एंड मैं हवा के वेग को कंट्रोल कर सकता हूँ लेकिन माइंड को कंट्रोल करना मेरे बस की बात नहीं. So that's true, sir. Great to know your thoughts. Yes.
अपने माइंड को आप कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं. And this also reminds me something very nice. See, the mind is a subject which had been an issue of understanding and debates, I think, in all ages of civilization. Okay, as you have said, that even in the period when Krishna and Arjuna were there, okay, mind was still an issue. Okay,
it's still an issue.
So of course at that time, Krishna, the God, used to explain the control of mind or a good mind in the form of spirituality. A divine mind. Okay, but today's word, our terminology has changed. Okay, we now don't talk of spirituality and divinity. Young fellows particularly, they like management. Okay, so Krishna taught the divine knowledge of mind. Now my name is Lalit Mohan, so there is a little bit Krishna in my name, so I can tell little bit about management. Hopefully.
That's true, sir. That's true.
Okay. Yes. Please ask your next question.
Okay. So, sir, like, what do we do to manage a good mind? I mean, what are the tips for students, basically? Because they are going to be our future leaders. So, how do they manage good mind? And for everybody, general tips, basically.
Yeah. Very nice. Okay. See, before I say that how to manage mind, let me tell few basic things about mind. And this I read, in a book which is written by Dalai Lama and a psychologist, Howard Cutler. This is a very nice book.
The Art of Happiness. Okay.
Yes, The Art of Happiness. And as a student of of learning about mind, I read this book, and they have said few very nice things. First is that there is now scientific evidence, okay, because Cutler is also a psychologist, okay, he is a scientific, and Dalai Lama is a spiritual healer and also a great scholar of mind, and not only scholar, he is embodiment of these good qualities of mind. So they say that first thing is mind is changeable. So if we think I cannot change my mind, I am wrong. In fact, they have mentioned about an experiment, a scientific experiment, in which what they did, that they asked people to think of qualities which they don't have. For example, if I do not have a quality of compassion, okay, then a psychologist asks me to think of a compassion for others, affection for others, and when I think, they do the MRI, magnetic resonance imaging. Okay, in MRI they say that some area of the brain, it gets brightened. Okay, now when I do this kind of practice of compassion or love for others, affection for others, then the brightness of that area is small. Okay, but as I practice it more and more every day, after a month, they found that that area has become larger in the mind and the brightness has increased using the MRI technique. It shows that now my mind is, it has learned a new quality, which is love and affection. That means I can change my qualities. If I do not have, good qualities of being peaceful, and if I start practicing it, I will become peaceful. This has been shown scientifically using MRI technique. So this is first thing they say. Another thing they say, which they call as the principle of causality, which means through thinking, I must know that what are the basic thinking that I should have so that the result is good. For every effect, there is a cause. For example, if the effect is that I am frustrated, young people these days, they get frustrated very fast. There are a lot of depressions, and despite so many good things in life, I really don't understand that why it happens. In fact, maybe later we can even discuss that depression, suicides, all such things are perhaps avoidable. It is possible. Why our young children, our students, our dear students of our country should waste their life or suffer like this? And of course, after they go, how miserable life their parents have, their beloved ones have. Okay, all this suffering is avoidable. Okay, by understanding that there is a cause and effect theory or theory of causality as far as our mind is concerned. For example, if I am frustrated, the cause is that I do not have renunciation in my life. I do not accept them as they come. I do not, because many things are beyond my control. For example, this pandemic, COVID-19. This is not, nobody can control it. Okay. Exactly. I can only respond to it. I can behave in a way, understanding the science of virology or understanding the science of immunology or epidemiology. I can behave in a way that I protect myself. But from external, stimuli, from external circumstances, I will always keep getting sometimes good, sometimes bad, sometimes, horrible problems, sometimes no problems. So life is always up and down. But in that up and down life, how mind should be stable is is a subject of learning, is a subject of practicing and management. Now, I have to know that there is a theory of causality. For every effect, there is a cause behind. So if I am frustrated, I do not have renunciation. I do not have, for example, altruism. I do not talk to others. I am not a social person. I isolate myself. I do not share my problems with others and others' problem with me. This is very natural for a human being. We are social animal. We cannot live without each other, without the society, without the people. We are dependent on others and others are dependent on me. So this is how the human society operates. And understanding this through the causality process, I can avoid many, negative things in my life. So when you say that how to manage life, I must believe first in these two principles, that yes, my mind is changeable. I have to change my mind so as to bring positivity, no negativity. Okay, absolutely stable mind, full of peace, love, renunciation. So with these three basic qualities, with a good managed programmed mind, with a good managed mind, I am free to do anything. I can compete with others in a healthy way. I can do business. I can become an entrepreneur. I can be a social servant. I can do many things. Karma hi जीवन है.
Yes.
So without karma, this jivan is meaningless. But behind that karma, I must have a beautiful mind. Okay. So this can be managed through this understanding. First, I have to learn what are the good qualities I have to imbibe. Second, I have to practice. I have to believe that it will change, and it actually will change. And being a social animal, I should be in touch with the people who are in my circle, who are in my university, who are my students, who are my subjects, who are my friends, my relatives, everyone. Okay, and deal with them in a mind which is managed in a way that I create joy and happiness for others, and I create joy and happiness for myself. Okay.
Yes.
So this is how I would suggest that mind should be managed.
सर बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने. कहते हैं कि मन चंगा तो कटौती में गंगा, and that's
क्या बात है.
Very true that positivity is the key to success. So no matter how much knowledgeable we are, or how much how many books we have read, but if we don't know how to be humble, polite, and we don't know our basic human values, so success.
And it should be built in our mind. It should be part of our mind. We don't have to invoke ki now I should be good, now I should be positive. Now it should be the innate nature of my mind. I have to train my mind, like a wrestler. He practices and makes his muscular body to face wrestling. Same way, I should do exercise. I should practice to make my mind strong, positive all the time. And then wrestler, whether he is sleeping, whether he is fighting, he is always a strong person. Okay, same way. If the mind has been made strong through exercises, through practice, it will always be strong.
Always be strong. That's true, sir. So, sir, one personal question from my side after listening to you so much. You are basically into science. Like, I think you are a scientist, and it's pure logic. And here we are talking something related to spirituality or something related to, we can say, psychology. So ये संगम कैसे है विज्ञान का और अध्यात्म का? कैसे आपने डेवलप किया ये सब?
See, basically, science is also very logical. Okay, science, you have to deduce the truth about nature. Okay, you have to understand nature. Now, my mind, my body is also a part of nature. It belongs to nature. In fact, I always say, I am the belonging of nature. Nature produced me and nature will take me away. So nature is my master, nature is my mother, and nature को मैं belong करता हूँ, मैं उसकी belonging हूँ. Okay. Now, my mind is also part of nature. So understanding mind, understanding body is very important, because for its management, for a good life, okay, I must learn, it says ki Rabindranath Tagore has written a very nice poetry. He says, आप जो है दुनिया भर की सुंदरता को देखने के लिए हजारों मील दूर जाते हो, कभी अमेरिका जाते हो, कभी स्विट्जरलैंड जाते हो, मगर घर के बाहर जो एक शिशिर बिंदु बंगाली वर्ड है, which means ओस का एक ड्रॉपलेट, जो एक ओस की ड्रॉप जो एक पत्ते पे लटक रही होती है और आपके घर के बाहर है. इस समय इनफैक्ट यहाँ बारिश हो रही है और बाहर पत्तों पे वो ड्रॉप्स लटक रही हैं. उनकी सुंदरता को आप नहीं देखते. तो आप क्यों इतने दूर जाते हो? अब हम जो है, मैं मटेरियल साइंटिस्ट हूँ, दुनिया भर की जो है सेमीकंडक्टर मटेरियल्स और दुनिया भर के मेटल्स और दुनिया भर के वो स्टडी किया, मगर अपने अंदर का स्टडी नहीं किया, तो ये कैसा साइंटिस्ट हुआ? Isn't it? भाई अपने अंदर के साइंस को भी तो जाने. So driven by this, okay, that I should also understand my own mind, how to control it, how to keep it healthy, how to keep it nice, so that I am happy, others are happy. I do good for myself, I do good for others before I go. So driven by this, I started this.
I thank you on the behalf of whole university for taking out precious time and giving to us. Thank you so much, sir.